Hello, welcome. Come on in to my crib, MTV. It has been a minute since I made a YouTube video, but I just got back from seeing the film Pokemon Detective Pikachu and thought I would make a video sharing my reactions to it. Before I get into it, I'm gonna give a little bit of background on my experience with the Pokemon, then say a little bit about what I thought of the movie in general, and then I'll get into more specifics. I'm not gonna spoil it until I get into some details at the very end. I'll put the time code right here. Or I've decided I'll just wear this kind of, I don't know why I own this, but I will wear this when I'm spoiling the movie. SpongeBob dies at the end. That doesn't really happen. That was just an example. But Pokemon, for me, is up in probably the top 5 things that got me out of bed when I was a kid. That's not to say that I was depressed when I was a child. That didn't happen until I was much older. The first Pokemon card I ever got, I got for my birthday probably when I was in maybe 1st grade or something. I don't think it was this exact one, but it was a sand shrew. I fell in love with Pokemon at that moment and have loved it ever since. I literally have had dreams that Pokemon are real ever since I was probably 9. Also convinced myself when I was 8 or so that Pokemon were real and that they were trying to send me signs in the real world that they were out there. My YouTube channel used to be the hotbed for debate over if God existed or not. Why have none of you debated if Pokemon are real or not? I know why. It's a silly example because they're real. What last memory of Pokemon in 5th grade when the first Transformers film with the late great actor Shia LaBeouf came out. I just dreamed that someday a Pokemon movie in the style of Transformers would come out. Not in the sense that it would have like Megan Fox and explosions and stuff. And in my head, I could see like the silhouette of a trainer, a human person standing on a cliff overlooking like a beautiful sunset, and next to him was like a realistic Pikachu with like realistic fur, and then it's like summer 2007. This movie is the closest that we have ever gotten to that dream. Going into this movie, I was very excited, but I will say I didn't think that it would be amazing, right? Like I understood like this isn't exactly going to be like the greatest movie ever made, but I did expect, based on the marketing and all that, that this movie would actually probably be good and would probably be the best video game movie ever made. And I would say that it was good and I really enjoyed it, like a lot. I would sum it up with like this. It is a good, very fun kids movie. Children will love it, and adults who have a tolerance at least for Pokemon will be entertained. As a video game movie, easily best video game movie ever made. That's not saying a lot. As a Pokemon movie, I would say that it is a pretty faithful adaptation of the Pokemon universe. And I thought in the middle of the movie, like, if you don't know anything about Pokemon, this movie will not make sense to you. It tries to give like bits of dialogue to help maybe parents who are at the movie for their kids that don't know what's going on. But for the most part, without spoiling anything, from the first scene, the movie's just like, this is the world of Pokemon. We're not explaining it. This is what it is, which I was pumped about. And in fact, there's a point in the movie, again, not getting specific, I feel that the writers almost decided like, we've explained enough. This is just gonna be a nuts Pokemon movie for the rest of the movie. And I loved that. Just like how the MCU movies, it's not the same as reading a comic book, right? It's just not. And likewise, I didn't expect watching a movie based on a video game / anime to be the exact same as those mediums, but I hope that it will like make me feel how I felt enjoying those things. I was hoping that this movie would do that, and it mostly does. When it does, it just excels at it. The movie, as soon as Pikachu is in the movie, gets twice as good. It looks incredible. The only like major criticisms I have, and it's not huge criticism so much as just like a minor letdown, is the story and the dialogue and the acting are not nearly as good as the movie looks. And I don't think that that's completely a bad thing. When I accepted partway through the beginning of the movie that this is a kid's movie, my mind was opened to like, I'm gonna enjoy this as a kid's movie, and I'm just pumped that this is a kid's movie that I as an adult can also enjoy. If for nothing else, it was worth going for just how cute Pikachu is. Holy crap. So I'll say, if you like Pokemon, go see this movie. You will seriously enjoy it. Go in with low expectations. Even if it sounds like I'm praising it, go in with even lower expectations. And I think that you'll find like this is enjoyable and fun. And especially if you just think about how bad this movie should be, you'll be just tickled. So to conclude, just as I am physically placing this Detective Pikachu trading card into my childhood Pokemon card collection, so Detective Pikachu, the film, is now being slid into my heart for Pokemon. That's it for the pre-spoiler section. I'm sure I will talk about this more on me and my fiance's podcast. Thank you, podcast. Very cool. I just have a couple more thoughts for spoiler section for my fellow Pokemon fans. But otherwise, like and subscribe, or don't. I don't care. I love you. But I love Pokemon even more than you, because Pokemon have always loved me more than any human ever has or could. Okay, really quick, a couple spoilery. I just need to talk about, if you've seen the movie, you know that the Pokemon theme song from the anime plays twice in the film, which just made me really happy. Super cheesy, I know, but I had a moment where Pikachu is looking at Tim Goodman's childhood Pokemon card collection. It just made me so happy. And I know that this is very cheesy, but it made me think someday if Pokemon is still as big as it is now, which very well could happen, I will be able to show my Pokemon card collection to my offspring. So that's very exciting. Can I just say too, have you ever noticed that in the world of Pokemon, everyone is obsessed with Pokemon? Like, if you lived in the world of Pokemon and hated Pokemon, life would just be a living hell for you. Okay, last thing that I just have to geek out about. It seemed like the film was going to reveal that the scientists that we see in the movie created Mewtwo. How cool was it when they said that Mewtwo was this abomination created by humans and said that he originated from the Kanto region? I just think it is so cool. I mean, maybe this doesn't matter, but the Kanto region and like something resembling the video game / anime or whatever is still canon in this new like cinematic universe. And I just am like, please, dear God, let me get a Kanto region movie someday. Please. So those are my thoughts on Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Thank you. I choose you.